Hi, my name is Ashley, and me and my husband have been trying to have a baby for about 4 years now.
We are two women who fell in love about 7 years ago.
My husband and I have been trying to get pregnant for over a year and a half now.
We have tried to conceive on our own naturally, and unfortunately, it just isn't in the cards for us.
A year ago today, we had our miscarriage.
2 years and we are still not pregnant.
I am currently recovering from my third miscarriage.
But 6 years ago, my son passed away at 41 weeks. And since then, I haven't been able to conceive.
Every month is a constant reminder that I'm not pregnant.
It's been the most difficult 5 years of my life.
My infertility journey started in June 2017. I've been diagnosed with unexplained infertility. We've been going through all of the medicated IUIs, Clomid, Letrozole, trigger shots, sonograms, testing with zero success. Infertility is a really heavy beast. Whenever you're in it, you don't know when the end is going to come.
We have been experiencing fertility issues for 2 years, and it's been, a struggle financially, but also mentally, emotionally, and physically. One of the things that we want to do is be able to share our story of, what things may look like on the outside versus the inside in this picture perfect life that, we're very happy and things are great in so many aspects, but it's also very difficult. And learning to find space and strength in that has been the most important part of our journey.
We started our IVF journey in January. I've been sharing it really openly. The first time I struggled with infertility, I did it in silence. I did it alone, and it was really, really hard. And I found sharing it really helpful, and I was feeling really positive about it. But yesterday we found out that it didn't work. The 3 embryos we sent for genetic testing all came back bad. And so we are back at square one, and we are financially drained and we are emotionally drained, and we're just really hoping for another chance.
Hi, my name is Sky. This is my husband, Adam. We started trying to have a baby right after we got married and had no luck.
Within the first few years of marriage, we've had 3 miscarriages.
During that time, I also had to have surgery to remove endometriosis.
As we continue through this stage of our lives, we aren't giving up hope.
We desperately want to be parents and are doing whatever it takes to get our rainbow baby.
We got pregnant last year, 2019. January 1st is actually when I found out I was pregnant. We ended up having a miscarriage at 6 weeks and completely devastated us. And we decided to go through some fertility testing because I am 31 years old and have never been pregnant before. So we did the testing and I found out I had low egg reserve.
I don't have the money to go see a specialist right now. I don't have health insurance, and we're working towards getting to the point where we can afford to figure out what's going on, but it's hard. All I want is to have a baby with the love of my life.
My husband and I have been trying for 3.5 years. However, 2 years ago I found out I have PCOS. So it's been a struggle, and then last week I found out I have lupus. So it's definitely been a struggle. So now as we figure out a new journey, whether that's IVF or adoption.
I've gone through one unsuccessful treatment of insemination, and I am about to embark on another. It has been a long and trying journey, and it's only been about 8 months. As much as this process could be a blessing, and I'm hoping and praying for that, it also has taken a toll on all of us.
I recently just had 3 miscarriages, and my husband is Army, and it's very difficult to have any help from our insurance provider because he is Army and he deploys often and he's always in training, but they do require us to be together physically for 1 year. And we have to sign off in the clinic every day for 1 year in order just to get a referral to a different fertility doctor.
I feel compelled to share my story as I am currently recovering from my third miscarriage. And it was a very difficult thing to go through. I actually allowed myself a whole year just to recover from it mentally. And unfortunately, we're back at these unfortunate circumstances where now I'm having a third miscarriage. And it's just been very hard for us. My fiance is 40 and I'm 34, so we are at an age where it's very high risk to have babies. We've been together for 8 years and we've been wanting to have babies since we met. Now that I have recurrent miscarriages, I can see specialists, but my insurance does not cover. And the consultations are too expensive.
My name is Sarah and my husband's name is Brady. We first met in 1996 when we were both just 1 year old. We have been together for 11 years, married for almost 3. Everything is perfect. Everything is perfect. Except for infertility. And it's hard. A year ago today, we had our miscarriage. And it's a silent battle.
My husband and I have been married for about 2.5 years, and 14 months of those 2 years we've been trying to conceive. The first month we started trying, I did get pregnant, but I didn't make it past 5 weeks. And a year later, I decided to get an IUI done and pay all that money, and it didn't take, it failed.
I learned that it'd be too dangerous for me to ever carry my own child, and doctors recommended that I use IVF and surrogacy if I ever wanted to have a biological child. So for the past 5 years, my husband and I have been researching and going through that process.
Not only do I struggle with infertility, but 6 years ago, my son passed away at 41 weeks. And since then, I haven't been able to conceive. I have PCOS, and my husband has low sperm morphology. So IVF is our only option. We have a 0 to 1% chance of conceiving without IVF. But unfortunately, we're a middle-class family, and we can't afford that. There's no words to express how bad I want to be a mom.
We have experienced many difficult life experiences. By far, this has been the most challenging, emotionally, physically, even spiritually. It's like a dance between hope and disappointment and sadness, and every time I take a pregnancy test, it's all of those emotions plus more. And there is nothing more we want than to have a child and a healthy pregnancy.
My husband and I got married in 2016. We have done 3 rounds of IVF. We have done 2 retrievals and 2 transfers. The 2 transfers unfortunately were unsuccessful, so they did not work. In our very last retrieval, we unfortunately ended up with 0 eggs. So we are saving money. We are working towards our next goal of trying to do our very last transfer.
I've been diagnosed with stage 3 endometriosis. We have undergone 3 treatments of IUI that all failed. We then went into IVF, which we went through 4 transfers so far. 3 ended in a chemical pregnancy, and the last one was a blighted ovum, about 9 weeks. This journey has been very hard for us, and today we found the news that we will be transferring for the 5th time on Wednesday. We are extremely scared, but try to remain hopeful.
Alright, I thought about putting some makeup on, fixing my hair, but I honestly don't have the energy. We just finished our 2-week wait today. I had taken my test this morning and got my single pink line, and just got my official blood draw results back today. And 2 years and we are still not pregnant. We have been through 2 procedures. I have Asherman syndrome. I was originally misdiagnosed with PCOS and treated incorrectly. And we are just praying for a miracle while trying to figure out how to pay for IVF. I am a pediatric nurse. My husband is in law enforcement, and we still are going to struggle to pay for it. And I am trying to keep living through the heartache and break, and somehow bring awareness and hope to others.
We've never shared this with any of our family. It's just isolating and embarrassing, and it shouldn't be, but that's how it feels.
We've been trying to start our family for about 14 months now, and pretty early on in our infertility journey, I realized how misunderstood infertility is, and I equated that to the fact that it's not talked about. It's such a hush-hush thing in our society, and I have met so many women that have suffered in silence. So if there's one thing that I could say to our society and to the world and to cultures around the world about infertility, it's that we have to stop talking about pregnancy like it's a choice. Even those that get pregnant right away with natural conception, they did not make a choice to get pregnant. They were fortunate enough to get pregnant. Infertility is no one's fault.
And we're here for everybody that struggles through infertility, because it is one of the hardest things you'll ever go through.
Even though it's hard, I try to remember to be grateful every day.
It feels like I'm not good enough, like my body is betraying me. And so I constantly had to remind myself that I am good enough.
Hoping and praying that we can just get to that goal and try to have our rainbow baby.
We just hope that our story will help others going through this journey feel a little less alone.
I opened up my story to friends, family, and strangers, and it really helped me accept what was going on in our lives. So I hope that these stories do the same for you and that you realize you're not alone in this.